Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP and big news from DC. We're also going to be looking at a development which is a significant development for trading 212, and also finishing off by having a look at ticker symbol SGML Sigma Lithium, where there has been some significant news in terms of a potential catalyst. So stay tuned for that. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Yahoo Finance, we can see here that the stocks slip as officials put back on easing bets. So obviously the stocks did go down. It was a little bit of an indifferent week, but in terms of potentially looking forward for 2024 from Fox Business, we can see here there is a prediction that stocks will rally in the second half of the year. So hopefully there is a rally from the start of the year as well. Let's start by getting an update from DC. So shout out here to Jen, who's posted big news from Don Fizz. Don is willing to extend his DC trip through to Friday if the community can rally and get in some additional appointments. So we're looking to get potentially 7 appointments for Tuesday. So let's try and make those calls and see if that happens. And looking at Richie walking the halls of Congress and fighting for all of the MMTLP community is significant and huge. And also, if he's willing to extend his trip to continue fighting on our behalf, let's try and go ahead and make those appointments. So if anybody is able to do that for the community, and great gesture from Don Fizz to extend his stay, and hopefully he does get some appointments. And in other developments, continuing from the previous video yesterday in terms of evidence in terms of FINRA fraud, shout out here to John Bowen, who stated he has a source that has now been confirmed, and he's stating here he's posted that 2 market makers were handling MMTLP, then C. Stewart stopped, and GTS was the only single one, and until proven otherwise continued to be the only one. So when we talk about GTS, we're talking obviously about Ari Rubenstein as the founder, and obviously halted for the benefit of GTS only. So he's tagging in the Secret Service, stating it is illegal for this to happen. So let's have a look at the actual letter that John Bowen has stated, and he states here in this letter that he's got the evidence that he's sharing. Currently there is only one market destination accepting our orders for MMTLP, which is GTS on the OTC. So again, it also states further down that the order was filled on the 8th of October 2021, and it also states he's worked with a market destination Canaccord listed as C. Stewart. So he's stating here that GTS are the ones that continued, and we will have to see how this plays out. So in other developments in terms of Wise Guys, which is we're talking about Johnny Tobacco here, he's referring to a post from Charles, which we're going to look at shortly, Charles Gasparino, and he stated here, as I've mentioned, yes, there are some open questions on the actions or lack of thereof by the issuer. He's now taking a break from Twitter, but obviously can a brilliant mind like Charles Gasparino answer a simple question: are these reputable brokers? And this is in response to a question from Charles, who stated that no reputable brokers traded MMTLP. So the brokers in question, we're talking here Goldman Sachs, we're talking Morgan Stanley, we're also talking Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, National Financial Services, and also Barclays Capital, amongst others. So I don't think Charles is going to respond, but what Charles has stated today, in terms of a different angle he's coming from, so he certainly seems to be very, very passionate in attacking MMTLP. So he's continued here, and he stated one more thing that maybe brilliant minds like Johnny Tobacco can answer with regard to MMTLP. Why didn't the company put out an official statement when the security was listed on the Wild West of investing? So he's talking about the OTC. So this statement, or should I say this pathetic statement by Charles, basically indicates that he has no insight and no understanding of the MMTLP fiasco. So NAP stated that's an excellent question, and the first of hopefully of many. But what John Berder has stated to obviously destroy Charles's statement there is they did. It was in a presentation, it was on a video right after it started trading, and he's going to get his hands on it. Let's now have a look at the significant development for Trading 212. So shout out here to StockCube, who's posted earlier today, anybody using Trading 212 will be able to transfer their shares out of this broker and into another broker from February 15, 2022. So what that means for the UK and European investors is that using this platform, they will finally be able to DRS out the Nextbridge shares over to AST. So hopefully that may happen, but it does state that only shares that are tradable on their platform can be transferred. So not holding any breath, but certainly it's something that could potentially lead to some developments in MMTLP. So we will have to wait and see on this one. Finally, we're going to have a look at ticker symbol SGML, also known as Sigma Lithium. So there has been some significant news in terms of a potential catalyst going forward, and this is a stock that has been added to our weekly watch list and one that we will be looking at going forward this week. So there is a headline here from Reuters dated January the 14th, 2024. It states here, China's BYD is in talks with Brazil's Sigma Lithium on a potential supply deal. So let's have a look at the details of this. So the Chinese car maker BYD has held talks with Brazil's Sigma Lithium over a potential supply agreement and also a joint venture or acquisition. So this is something that is developing. They've not immediately responded to comments, so it's something that we are going to monitor. But in January, Sigma stated that it had initiated a primary listing of Sigma Brazil on the Nasdaq and the Singapore Stock Exchange. So obviously BYD is something that is backed by Warren Buffett's BRKA. And also it stated in July that they would invest 3 billion reals, which is $600 million, in a new industrial complex in northeastern Brazil. So again, potential links there with Sigma Lithium. So keep an eye on SGML going forward from tomorrow. So remember, today was not a trading day for the American markets. And finally, I'm going to finish off by having a look at a quick review of the previous week's weekly watch list. So this is shared exclusively with the Discord members prior to trading on the Monday or the Tuesday. So last week we called out ticker symbol AQST, which was also featured in a number of videos. Aquestive Therapeutics, that was up 10% on the week, but there was also an opportunity to get a return of 18%. So congratulations to everybody who was in on AQST. We also called out CRBS, that was up 16% on the week. MLYS, that was up 8% on the week. Calv was up 12.2% on the week. CASY was up 1% on the week. VLO was up 30.3% on the week. GEOS was up 7% on the Friday, but closed level on the week. And the best call of the week was ticker symbol POL, that was up 24.1% on the week. Fat closed level on the week, so again, not much movement there. But AMPE is another stock that we called. There's a chance there to get a 50% return Monday to Wednesday. After that, there was a sell-off and it closed down 9% on the week, so not all calls are successful, and many of these stocks are designed for a short-term hold. If you would like to get the next weekly watch list, which has now been made available to the Discord members, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.